I'm Dr. James Markham, and I'd like to welcome you to Mission Sonlight Wellness. And I'd like to talk to you a few moments about infant health and the health of our children. Each year I see more and more children getting sicker earlier. There's more diabetes, heart diseases even developing in our children now. There's more overweight infants. And another curious trend is the development of behavioral problems in young children, including depression, attention deficit disorder, and all these hyperactivity types of syndromes. Well, the future and the health of our children is really dependent on choices that we make early on in their development. And during pregnancy, for instance, the mother's nutrition is very important. Yes, what the mother eats matters because the mother's nutrition becomes the baby's nutrition. And if the mother's bringing in toxins, this can affect the developing child. What are some toxins? Well, cigarettes are a toxin. Alcohols are a toxin, drugs are toxins, even certain pills and prescription medicines are toxins, but also there's toxins that we might not think about. Toxins like mercury in fish, these chemicals that are in plastics, they're called alkylphenols. Industrial chemicals sometimes get into our food supply. These are sometimes called xenoestrogens. And animals like fish and chicken, they get these chemicals and they concentrate them in their bodies. Then we eat the chickens or the fish. This process, when we bring in those toxins, is called BioAmplifications. And even though it's just a little bit of industrial chemicals, when it's amplified in an animal, it becomes a lot. Well, these chemicals have been associated with birth defects, especially neurological defects. So what the mother eats is very important because what the mother brings in her body is what is the substrate for the developing child, especially the brain. A lot of people don't realize it, but meats during pregnancy have been shown in studies to change the immune system of the body. The more meat that a pregnant woman ingests, the children tend to have more allergies and conditions like eczema. So early on, it's very important what a mother eats. It affects the child's entire life. But other things early on, once a child is born, that could be very helpful. I want to go over a few of these. One of the things is drink mother's milk if possible. Remember, God gave us mother milk. Mother's milk is great. It's filled with great nutrients. It helps the baby's immune system develop. And this is what the baby's digestion is designed to have. So early on, try to drink mother's milk. As a child gets older, a few things I want you to think about. Let's think first about the foods that a child eats. A few simple things to remember. Try to bring in water and not soda. That's simple to do. Plants. Eat more plants and not animals. Eat more real foods and not processed and packaged food. And finally, try to eat more fresh and not canned. So water, plants, real and fresh instead of soda, animals, processed and canned. That's a great place to start in a developing child to help the child do better in life. And finally, not only it's the food inputs, but also the brain inputs. Try to be creative rather than entertained. That means have the child do things rather than watch things on TV. Another thing that's very important is as a child grows, get them outside and not inside. This helps the brain develop in many ways. And finally, spend time teaching that child about God, their true creator, that will give them the power to grow up, to give them the problems to learn and to become close in a relationship. And if they see you doing this, they will stay close to God too. I'm Dr. James Markham, and I hope this has helped you think just a few moments of some tips you can do to help you make your children and your families healthier.